How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to replay time. We're gonna be taking a look at our second replay here. It's just gonna be a replay from the other day, another ranked 2v2 replay. Let's take a look at. Let's take a look at this one, because I remember in this game, we still ended up winning the game, but my aerial control and mechanics were very weak. And I just want to watch it and see why I kept failing to accurately hit the ball in the air. And let's just see what we can get from this. Let's the ball cam like this. There we go. So right off the bat, I actually do hit a nice shot to start with. I was feeling quite mechanical this game. Got a good first touch. Could have been a bit better. Kind of went for a reset there, but wasn't able to actually get it, which is fine. I just popped it over him. Still ended up with the point, which is nice. Good clear there. I was able to control it. Go to take it up the wall. A little too hard on the turn, it looks like. Did get a nice shot there, but I wasn't able to turn. Also, my teammate kind of challenged a little early there. I would have liked to see him stay back and let me take that. Not bad there. Decent positioning watching midfield. Wasn't close enough to actually deliver on this. Let's take a look from my teammate's perspective to see where I should be, just so I can get a better look. I should be probably right on this dotted line here, sitting around these boost pads. That way, so as the ball gets closer, I can just go ahead and smack it into the net. If I can 50 the ball before they're ready, that's going to be huge. Looks like I got bumped there. Probably not the best rotation angle for me there. I was trying to kind of get the demo, and it looks like it did work. Was able to finish up there. Kind of stole the goal. Not the end of the world. So far, it doesn't look like we're playing bad necessarily. Good cheating on the kickoff there, not too close. I would have liked to see myself actually pressure this ball a bit earlier. If we take a look at my teammate here, he is still quite a far ways back. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world that I didn't challenge earlier. Was kind of buying a bit of time for him to get back. Let's see here. A little bit better control, I feel like, would have been nicer if I could have slowed it down, because that just ends up centering it, and if his teammate was ready, that would have most likely been a goal. Good flick by the teammate there. Just bad shooting from me. Coming from a weird angle. If I was more center field and behind my teammate, I feel like I'd have a better chance at this shot. Good jumping after it hits the backboard. That's a good thing. That way it's a little easier to read where the ball's going. But in reality, I should have been more to the right to start with, because now I have to weirdly adjust, and that shot is a little fast, as we see my teammate is still in the corner here. So when they get a clear, it's essentially a wide open net for them. Unfortunately for them, they actually cleared right into their wall. Let's take a look at why it cleared like that. I think it might have just been how the 50 played. Yeah, essentially how the 50 played, and also his camera settings are quite insane. Can't imagine playing with that. Good clear for me there. Teammate a little slow to follow up on. And I did get demoed there, so maybe taking more of a center field position would have been nicer. Let's see here. Good read off the wall, but it did bounce, so it's a little difficult to do anything with. I like that. I really do like the fact that I went up the wall right from the start. Like, I see my teammate's back post. If I go straight down mid here and go to rotate back post, say if I have my ball cam on and the ball's in the air, there's a good chance I'm hitting my teammate and just knocking him right out of goal, which is not what we want. So I like going top here. Although it would have been nicer if I could have been a bit more under the ball that way, so I could have gotten a clear to go more this way instead of that way. As we see, the ball didn't really get a lot of power off the wall there. Good patience for me there. I would have liked to see the ball bounce first before I go to clear it. That'll kind of just give me a little bit extra distance. I hit it right before it bounced, so when it did hit the ground, it actually didn't have enough momentum to do anything good with. So that's why it's a ground ball. Good demo there, and that should just be a goal. Yep, well played there. So decent offense, and I think around this point of the game, my aerial mechanics started getting a little weak. So let's see if we can identify where and why. Sitting midfield here, I like it. Don't need to move too much. Just gonna shadow here, I guess wait for my teammate to get back. Really challenge, avoid the demo. Teammate was back, that's good. Let him have the boost. Like to see that. Hopefully, yeah, I was gonna say better here would be for me. I see where Alexstronaut, Alexstronaut. I see where he is. He's on the left side. So if I could continue this and even start getting onto this boost path here, and then just stay on the left side of the field, puts me in a great position to receive the pass. As I start turning here, I do kind of look for the demo, but there's no way I'm getting this demo. So if I would have stuck to this left side and sat around here, not extending past the teammate like I'm doing here, but just sitting a little bit behind the play on the left side, that leaves a lot of room for my teammate just to pass it to the left, and I have a wide open net. As I'm pretty sure, yeah, this guy's still quite a ways back here. So he's completely out of the play. Unfortunately, you know, good defense from Alex there. Clears it into the corner. And like I said earlier, if I was on the left side of this field, I would have probably one of the easier shots of this game, right? It goes right to me. Sitting on the left side, all I have to do is just hit into the wide open net. That's what I would have liked to see a bit better. So I'm going to write that down. Just better spacing on offense. That's what I want to get better at. And just not being on the same side as the field. Okay. So now I got to transition to defense now. I like playing patient there. Not the biggest fan of that shot from my teammate, but he makes the goal, so I can't complain. Looks like I'm going to the right here. Okay. A little awkward. I was pretty much completely unable to keep my momentum going here. I hit the boost, then I just break. I also do waste 7 boost, which not the end of the world. It is still kind of a pain in the butt. It's kind of nice to have a full tank. If I was back a bit more here too, I most likely could have gotten a better pop-up. Decide to take the dribble here. Okay. Weak dribble. When I catch the ball here, I catch it in a good spot. I need to straighten it out like I do here, and I need to get the ball moving forward, because any more of this slow dribbling is just going to be instantly challenged. At least that's what I do if I was the defender. So having the ball on the front of the car here would be a lot nicer. Here we can actually see from a free perspective here how centered it is. If the ball was more on the front end of the car, like almost to the point where the center of the ball is lined up with my wheels or even further, then I'm in a great position to get a flick, right? I just flick it over Alexstronaut here. Just, as you can see there, because my dribble was so awkward, just allowed them to come right in and challenge it off my head. Also, I don't know what I'm doing here. I really should have just gone for a flick. Let me just attach again. If I would have just flicked it literally right here, tap break, push forward, then flick, not only would I get it over Alex, but I'd also take it away from the other teammate. Best case scenario I see here is me hitting it off of the backboard, or just straight up flicking it top shelf. That would work as well. But because I'm so slow, allows them to get back on defense, and we waste the possession. And now I'm just extending in the corner, really not doing anything important, kind of just making it awkward for the teammate. So I didn't like to see that. If I can be faster on my offensive attack and then be faster on the rotation back. It's a lot better. Here, I have another dribbling opportunity here. And as you see, I push it to the front of my car. Looks like I'd be in a prime position to flick. But when I jump, it just creates too much distance. I end up going too far in front of the ball, which tells me that I was actually going faster than the ball when I popped, which caused myself just to go through the ball and the ball would rise instead of going with me. That's why it ended up behind me there. Good play here. I would have liked to see the reaction to the bounce here a little faster. I see it's going towards the corner, and there's two things that can happen. It can either travel up the wall where I want to be there for a nice aerial shot, or it's going to bounce out again center field like it did. And as you see, I'm positioned in a poor position for both plays. I'm turned away. I'm not really in a good spot now. I started driving away from the ball where I should have been kind of sitting more midfield waiting for this to happen. But as you see here, that basically allowed me to get to the play too late. And by the time I actually do try to take the shot on net, it's pretty much cleared to the other side already. And because I took so long, my teammate was thinking, okay, well, I might as well shoot, because it is a good shot attempt. But because of the way that I challenged there, not only am I left with 12 boost, but 50s it up to the ceiling, and they just cleared to the corner. Not what we want to see. Poor pass from me there. I think that's just awareness. Poor mechanics as well. I see it's about to hit the wall, so I gotta keep in mind that when it hits the wall, not only is the momentum gonna go down, but it's also just gonna travel slower. And I didn't take that into consideration there, and that's why I kept just going too far forward. Ended up hitting it in the front end and just hit it right into their corner. And not the best recovery from me there either. After this, I need to be able to get back to that backboard, land with 4 wheels on the wall, and jump down. Here we have another shot here. Same thing again. It's a great opportunity that I'm presented with. Not even the worst setup either. I could easily air dribble this right into the top right. The only issue I have here is I flip. And to be fair, it was on accident. I didn't mean to flip through this. But essentially, I just gave away possession there. Teammate, though, still doing very good at putting pressure on. So that's what we like to see. Let's see here. Good rotation back post there, so even if he missed that, I would be there. That's what we want. Good setup for me. I take a little too long to make that first touch, which, as you can see, I should be making the first touch right around this height, because that's the apex of the parabolic shape of the ball that it is traveling in. So right here is where I ideally want to hit it. But in this instance, I actually take off when it's at the peak. So now I have to adjust for the descent of the ball, which also means when I do make connection, the power of the shot is going to be a lot weaker than if I hit it on the uprising or at the apex. That would have been a lot more efficient, a lot better. But still good accuracy, though. I hit it on net, which I do like to see. Just a little weak. Good job saving boost there. I realized he wasn't challenging here, and I saw this, so I'm like, okay, I'll just take my time. Unfortunately, I do end up just throwing the possession away because I see Jelly Jam in here. If I could have faked this guy out, we'd have a very good opportunity to shoot, because now nobody's defending their net. So if I could have gotten it through Alex and Jelly just by being a little bit faster on this first touch, I think that would have been a lot better. Even clearing it to the wall. But we do end up getting it taken from us. Decent save, but still shouldn't have been there in the first place. Good setup. I want to go for the double here, and I actually do end up missing the double. This is quite tragic. I need to fix it. I needed to actually start boosting vertically pretty much immediately after I flip into the ball. So from this point here, I need to orient my front so it is facing up, but I end up facing down there. Don't boost properly. I rotate and spin with the air roll a little bit more than I should too, which causes the connection to be a little off, and I hit it a little under the center point of the ball, which actually causes the ball to go up instead of spiking it down like I wanted. Also, it looks like my teammate was kind of ready for this. Actually, I don't see what he's doing here. Oh, he's trying to get the demo. That's probably why. But yeah, I should have made this shot. And because of the miss, they do end up taking the goal here. Don't really need to explain too much more about that. Let's see what else we have here. Poor clear from him there. I just know, yeah. If you ever see this happen, where they're on the wall and it's essentially a wide open net like this, and they're going very slow like that, just you gotta dive, especially if you're first man. We look at where my teammate is. He's in a prime position where if I do miss the ball, he can easily just turn around and start getting back and buy time for me to get back, which is what we want. So yeah, I just get the stuff there and essentially just push it through them into the net, and that is where they forfeited. So that was quite a good game. Play style was fast and accurate, and I had good game sense, good control. The only poor thing I'd say there is a little bit of lack in aerial mechanic control, and that's just something I'm gonna have to get more comfortable with as I practice. And there was another thing as well, just the awareness. My awareness that game was a little bit weak. I noticed a few times where I'd cut my teammate off, or I'd go to take a shot, not set it up properly, and I just end up pretty much giving away possession because I get a weak touch. And what else other than awareness? Just awareness of where the opponents and my teammates are. I feel like that's really important. Defense. How was my defense that game? Yeah, one save. So would have liked to see a bit more defense, but it is kind of hard to play defense when they're not able to push the ball out of their zone. So that is nice. We were playing a very strong offensive game there, as you can see with my 6 shots and 3 goals. And I think my teammate just kind of let me take most of the offense that game, which I personally find when I play twos, that's usually how we win. If I'm generally first man and I have somebody who's a really smart second man behind me, we can get a lot of goals that way, just by putting by putting the opponents in an awkward position and getting my teammate to follow it up. It's usually how I found the most goals. But other than that, like, the opponents just didn't have enough energy. So that was a decent replay. I'll definitely say that was a good game. Definitely take awareness and just going for better mechanics, like simpler plays overall. I think that's going to help out a lot. But anyways, I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, make sure you leave a comment down below, or rate this video with a big old thumbs up or a dislike. If you go that way, that's fine. I won't take it personally. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Peace.